I guess under my skin. You're doing damage, and nobody's ever been. Do I gotta chase you every summer? Can I have to replace you every summer? You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now, I need you off the ground. I want not loud, I want you right now. I can't help it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. Do I gotta face you with another? I'll never replace you with another. You're the only man that's on my mind. You know that nobody right. Tick, 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 boom. This ain't a honeymoon. We all night instead. Sleep until noon. I still assume that you'll be in my... I want it here. Don't make me wait all year. Already facing my fears. Come closer to my ears. I gotta hear it more clear. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage, nobody's ever been. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, it's been a rough start to the season. On one hand, the mishaps have generated valuable learning opportunities. On the other hand, you can't fall so far behind in the standings that the year's over before it's begun. So many teams playing at a faster pace nowadays. Tonight, though, Kenny, we see lots of half-court sets.
Yeah, because it takes craft to run an offense in the half court. You just can't run up and down and jack shots up. This is winning time, half-court basketball. And you find the matchups and you exploit them, Ernie.
And you have to remain patient. You have to remember, Ernie, it's chess, not checkers.
What were you better at, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Have you played chess?
Never.
King me.
That's checkers.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
That's chess.
Yeah. It's just checking. Make sure you knew.
Checking, get it?
No.
Checkmate, checking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel very stupid. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Hawks play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live right here from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Last game for the Hawks, they picked up the W against Miami.
And this is why depth is so important. Next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
So you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. The physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Heat, Richardson and Johnson are the forwards. Then there's Dragić, then there's Whiteside, and it's Magruder in at the shooting guard. Prince against Richardson. Inside, Johnson. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Nice job getting to the basket. When Johnson has a good look, he doesn't pass it up.
Here's Bazemore. Lays it up and banks it in.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Tipped away and stolen by Bazemore. And stolen by Whiteside. Magruder, that's good. Magruder's got his first 2 points.
Beautiful timing, execution, great move to the rack.
Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to Atlanta. And Young, here we go, and he lays it straight in.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room, he seizes it.
Whiteside somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
Here's Prince. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great groove.
Dragić kicks to Richardson. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragić.
Richardson getting up on that shot there. Solid at elevating over the top of the defense, especially deep inside.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Shots on Goran Dragić. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
That free throw, no good.
Pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
And he sinks the second.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
So they take the lead.
You just can't leave Goran Dragić open from the three-point line. He loves getting free from beyond the arc and letting it fly.
And the dunk by Bazemore.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
And the call will be against Alex Len. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Whiteside, no good. The Hawks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Young. Goran Dragić grabs the board.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Yep, it counts.
Superb confidence from Dragić there to go with the pull-up jump shot on that play.
Here's Bazemore after the made shot from Goran Dragić.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And it's Dragić bringing up the ball for the Heat. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Johnson against Bazemore. Johnson, the pass to Magruder. That one good for 2. Magruder's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside.
Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. And here's Richardson outside. Rebound by the Hawks. Here's Carter. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
Dragić finds Whiteside. Johnson with it. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
And it's blocked by Whiteside.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
And here are the Heat now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
Dragić kicks to Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragić is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Miami called for the foul. For Atlanta, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And that one falls for Young. And so Young nails them both.
There's no doubt that the Hawks are right in the midst or the beginning stages of a massive rebuild. It's something that the Hawks organization had delayed quite a bit. They had that great core of Horford, Korver, Teague, and Bazemore that got them into the playoffs for several seasons. But now it's about the future, it's about growth, and it's about these young guys getting an opportunity.
And they take the lead.
Well, he's getting bodied up, but Taurean Prince has a pretty decent body himself, so not minding it one bit.
And Prince comes to help. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. And it's Magruder in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
I really like the idea that his teammates are waiting until he's in great spots to finish off the possessions. Everything's working.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
Bazemore passes to Len. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game. Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta.
One shot.
And that one falls for Johnson. And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, and this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
Johnson finds Johnson. Back to Johnson. No good on that one. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Inside. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested J.
Here's Lynn. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Johnson kicks to Wade. Pass to Olynyk from downtown. Good on the 3-point shot. Olynyk's got 5 now.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Herter, and he goes in for the dunk.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Johnson, the pass to Olynyk. Wade outside. And the 3 off target.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Bembry. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Johnson surveying the floor. There's Winslow. That's good, and Johnson with the assist.
Like to see Justice Winslow doing great work on the interior like that.
Johnson against Len. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for him.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Taking a look at some stats for Johnson. How he performed last season. Last season put up about 10 points a game. 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
To the inside, and it's Johnson that time on the assist by Johnson.
Well, some good balance from Johnson. Incredible watching him maintain that focus. Look at his eyes on the rim there on that difficult shot.
Wade with the block. Lynn against Johnson. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Herter. Wade is covering. Here's Bembry. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Bembry's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Heat trail by 4. Passes it to Winslow. And the dunk by Winslow.
Oh, I thought Winslow was going to rip that rim off. What a dunk.
Here's Lynn. It's tipped.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Now here's Winslow. D right on him. Pass to Johnson. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Lynn. And it's blocked. Here's Johnson. He's got 9. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Dwayne Wade had hoped to return to the Miami Heat. Last season, at the trade deadline, he got his wish.
And it just seems right when he's in a Miami Heat uniform. It's a second home for him, and he's back where he belongs, baby. Wade County.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And even though Father Time Brent has taxed Wade on his athleticism quite a bit, you can still see glimpses of it when it matters most.
That seems to be the way of Wade right now, is waiting for the moments, the bigger moments, to step up and hit big shots or make the right play. He won't make plays as often as he once did throughout the course of a regular season game, but instills some confidence in his teammates on the floor come crunch time.
The WNBA, the top teams make the playoffs. We know that regardless of what conference. And the early results look good, Brent. Do you ever see that happening in the NBA?
I like the chatter about it. I like the consideration about it. I love the idea of the top 16 teams making the playoffs. But then I think to myself, well, if 12 of those 16 teams are in the Western Conference, then a lot of people are going to be watching something else come playoff time. So
travel just makes it prohibitive.
Not just the travel, Kevin, but the idea that you have these shifts. As we know, the Western Conference has dominated the NBA for at least the last decade, that there just wouldn't be much attention for the playoffs, at least throughout the country, if you did it that way. His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
The Heat with the lead. Down low, uncovered, and Winslow puts it in. Winslow's got 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Buries it from 3-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And the pass to Ellington. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Offensive rebound, Dedmon. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Dedmon using his length that time on the offensive end.
Johnson finds Ellington. To the paint. Here's Adebayo. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Heat lead by 1.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
The defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Johnson with the bounce pass. Olynyk the pass to Johnson. And a miss there on the triple. And we'll be right back after this. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his college teammate Antoine Jamison, but he talked about that crazy exchange.
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a trade, Toronto Raptors and Golden State make a trade for Antoine Jamison and Vince Carter right there. So our families are sitting right next to each other. So they're fixing the hat, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's your hat. All right, give us that hat. Move forward. So it was just the weirdest thing.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, a pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
On the floor for Miami, Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Johnson is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 down low.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Olynyk.
And for Len, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
And here are the Heat now. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for the Hawks. Quarter number 2, we're about a minute in. Heat moving the ball around. Johnson, good.
A lot of the great shooters have great preparation, and that time did a great job of having his feet set. Excellent anticipation of the ball also from Tyler Johnson.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Hassan Whiteside continues to develop. Now, Miami coach Eric Spoelstra said it's got nothing to do with his stats. He's going to do that no matter what. It's about making winning plays and caring more about his teammates than he cares about himself. Now he can lead in a different way because he has the respect of the locker room. Kevin?
Terrific, D.A. Thank you. Young's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Goran Dragić is checked in for Miami. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Second chance shot. Adebayo, and 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Here's Prince, played in with a nice touch off the glass. Prince has got 6 points.
Taurean Prince had his eyes on the rim the whole way there. Love how aggressive he was there on that drive.
Dragić kicks to Adebayo. Pass to Winslow. Miami no good on that time either. Hawks have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Prince, and again it's Atlanta.
That's an encouraging sign there as Prince steps in, nice rhythm, a confident look there.
And the dunk by Winslow.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Ellington dishes to Olynyk. It's up a 3. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Bembry. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4. The Heat trail by 3. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Here's Adebayo. He has 6. Kicks it to Winslow. Sinks the three-pointer. Winslow's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Winslow makes that shot, and it makes his team that much more dangerous.
Here's Dedmon. Offensive rebound. In tight, he gets the jumper to fall. And the Hawks lead by 2.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Passes it to Ellington. Adebayo kicks to Dragić. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Olynyk. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragić. Dragić has got 6 assists now in the game.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Dedmon's shot is off.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. The Hawks shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And some changes here for the Heat. Whiteside comes in for Olynyk, and it's Richardson in for Justice Winslow. We have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up at the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Richardson finds Whiteside. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Whiteside's got 8.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And it's blocked by Whiteside. Richardson gets a wide open look. Tries again. They shoot again. And Whiteside finishes it off. 10 points for him.
Well, Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7". Reach over the top, snatch that.
Basket counts. Dragić with it. He's got 7. He kicks it to Ellington. Now the pass to Adebayo. Back to Ellington. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Ellington's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, when you see a teammate over-rotate, you're just swinging around, the perimeter's wide open.
Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
You know, such a selfless player. I love how Young stays consistent in how he involves his teammates.
For Atlanta, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. And Miami also making a switch. Wade, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And the Heat committing a lot of money for this hard-working bunch. Brent, how do they improve from this point on?
Now it's about player development, Kevin, taking advantage of the off-season, making sure the guys are improving upon their weaknesses and staying sharp with their strengths. They're going to have to find a few more diamonds in the rough out there to add to this roster and maybe set themselves up in free agency to lure somebody down the South Beach. And we'll see if they can do that. The front office tends to get creative in that way.
We'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Number 5, the Hawks.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
If there's been a shortcoming for the Heat, Brent, it's at the offensive end.
Well, the shooting percentages aren't bad, but it just feels like with their mismatch of talent, who is it that's going to step to the forefront and be the guy they rely on for consistent scoring? One thing you look at too, Kevin, they really don't get to the line all that much, and second chance points kind of hold them back.
It's Richardson on the wing. Rebound, Atlanta. Land's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Bazemore. Count it. Bazemore's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
To the middle, here's Young. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And you gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Dragić kicks to Wade. It's tipped. Stolen by Len. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Dragić. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Yeah, Bazemore has these moments. Sick hops right there in the flush to send it home.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
James Johnson's checked in for the Heat. Rodney McGruder comes in for Goran Dragić. The Heat trail by 8. And stolen by Bazemore. And stolen by Richardson. McGruder passes to Whiteside. They can't stop the run with that one.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Miami's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
I think that's what the coaching staff was talking to us about, having Whiteside play with that kind of confidence and that kind of conviction.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Knocked away. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Young. From down in the low post, it goes. Young's got 7 now in this quarter.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Now, here's Wade. Defense is right there. Richardson, no luck.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Here's Carter. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And he recovers it. Carter, that's good. Now, here's Wade. He's coming off a 19-point game against Atlanta. Pass to McGruder. Kicks it to Wade. The fader. Len grabs the board. Len's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Bazemore. And it's Wade with the rebound. And it's Wade with the ball for the Miami Heat. It's a 14-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Bazemore gets the bucket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
The Heat shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And it's McGruder missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Even after a number of years in this league, Len still feels like a developmental project.
Well, out of the 5 positions, centers seem to be not only the latest guys to develop, but also with the way the game is going, you wonder what their position is in today's game. You look at Marc Gasol, he didn't become elite until he turned about 30 years old. Hassan Whiteside, DeAndre Jordan. It takes some time, Kevin.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Young. Heat also with a sub. Johnson, he's checked in for Richardson. To the inside. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Whiteside.
Oh, great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
Here's Lin. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. Jacks up a 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Good on the bucket.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Heat trail by 19. Johnson dishes to Whiteside. Passes it to Magruder. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's Miami with another. 52 seconds left to play here in the half. Lin from long range. That's not going to drop for him. 5 of 9 with that miss. Miami's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Carter with the block. Lin finds Len. Yes! And a nice assist from Len.
Pretty good concentration there. The more touches Len is getting on the inside, it seems like the confidence is growing.
And here are the Heat now, trailing by 19. Passed away. 19 seconds left in the first half of the game. Good work there as it goes. 14 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
The shot by Wade, wide open. And again, Miami with the triple.
And that's just a really good-looking three-point shot from D. Wade. You have to crowd him as he's rising up for that one.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hawks lead by 14. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Dwayne, what's the focus in the second half?
Well, I mean, we just want the ball go up. We just got to rebound the ball. We got to get in there as a team, all of us, and rebound the ball. You know, they crash the glass, all of them. But at the end of the day, it's about getting a win. We can play any style, and tonight we just want to figure out how to get a win.
Sometimes it doesn't go as planned. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back to Atlanta as you get a look at the home of the Hawks. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You gotta like what Kent Bazemore has done in this game.
And we saw his work over the first 2 quarters, really pushing the action and consistently finding the open man.
And the offense is at its best when they get him the ball. Every time down the floor, maybe one touch to ignite the offense.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway.
Well, the Hawks were super young last year, and they had all the troubles that come with youth. Inconsistency, guys trying to find out what their role is for the year, lots of turnover problems and questionable shot selection. And now they're younger this year. So if you're a fan of the Hawks, patience is the key.
Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. Alex Len out there with Carter, and it's Prince in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's Magruder. Takes the 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Len's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And for the Hawks, those problems are things that are just part of the process, Brent, of growing this team.
Yeah, you got to really focus on positives around this rebuild. They've got a solid group of young, talented players that can really shoot the basketball. What they're going to have to do is start to take some pride on the defensive end of the floor, and they're going to have to learn what it takes to play an 82-game season with consistent effort on both ends.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. It's stolen by Carter. Fast break, the Hawks. Carter leading the charge. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got 22 points.
Man, sharp here to start the half. That's 3 in a row.
Knocks it loose. Young outside. Here's Len. Count the basket. Len's got 6 points.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Dragić, right side up top. Richardson for 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Richardson's got his second basket.
Well, it took 4. They finally got one to go. Still, they need to connect on more opportunities to get this quarter going.
And the 3 ball is good.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the 3-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Here's Dragić. The rebound by Young.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Dragić with the ball for the Miami Heat. He kicks to Whiteside. Back to Dragić. Johnson against Carter. Pulls up, high post. Rebound, Atlanta.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And now here's Dragić, the fast break chance. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Sensational drive from Dragić there, giving the defense only the choice to foul him there.
Goran Dragić at the line for 2.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragić. And Goran Dragić, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Justice Winslow comes in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Rodney Magruder.
And while Dragić doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
For 3, Ellington hits it from three-point range. Ellington's got 7.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line or you risk getting burned.
Here's Bazemore, 11 feet out, and he hits it.
And right now, Bazemore is really cooking from the field. His team should be feeding him the ball as much as possible, dangerous to the defense.
And the Heat call time here.
It's crazy to think that Bazemore was mostly known for elaborate bench celebrations in Golden State before coming to Atlanta, but he's worked his way up and has eventually become a starter and a very important player, key player for these Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bembry's checked in. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Heat. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Well, for Bazemore, working his way up has been a theme for his career.
Yeah, undrafted out of ODU, Old Dominion. He got reps in the Summer League and the D League, as it was known at the time, now the G League. And every challenge that he's met it head on with great enthusiasm and has found a way to gain a coach's confidence. Here we are now.
Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for the Heat.
Dwayne Wade.
Dragić against Young. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Dragić. 8 points for him. Got a piece of it. And now Young running the floor all by himself. And the shot is good. Young's got 17.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
Ellington, the pass to Dragić. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Really nice to see Dragić explore that aspect of his game. The catch and shoot J is simply deadly.
Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 19 points for Trae Young.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's Dragić. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragić is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Back to Wade. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragić. Dragić has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Hawks shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And it's Dragić bringing up the ball for Miami. Ellington kicks to Dragić. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Got to respect the mid-range play of Goran Dragić right there. The left-handed point guard strokes it well.
Count that one. And that's 13 points for Taurean Prince.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Wade outside. Double teamed on Wade. Olynyk finds Dragić. Offensive rebound. Winslow got a hand on it.
Such a good defender, Taurean Prince. Physical, good lateral movement, and has the tools there to snuff out a shot.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Now here's Ellington. He's guarded closely. In the corner, Winslow with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Spellman. The shot that time, not on target. And Miami the other way now. Here's Dragić. The rebound by Prince. Prince has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go. So far, he's a can't-miss player, a superb scorer who plays to his strength. Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor, but I think they're still trying to find out what their role is, who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Erik Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Erik Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You got to be tough and you got to be willing to work if you're in Miami.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
A moment now to see the stats for Wade. Last season's performance for him averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent, but honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
The fadeaway. Rebound, Atlanta. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Shots good by Dedmon.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
Well, the exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And the basket by Olynyk.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Here's Bembry. An easy 2 points on the layup. Bembry's got 26 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Wade. He's got 9. Johnson outside. To the paint. The shot's good from Ellington. Ellington's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now Johnson can be a very effective combo guard when he sees the floor and he fires passes like that to his teammates.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Wade kicks to Olynyk. The basket good off the assist from Wade. 14 points for Kelly Olynyk.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
That free throw, no good.
And head coach Erik Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
He hits the second from the line. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Johnson can't get it to go. And so Lynn will bring it up for the Hawks. A three-pointer is right on target.
Zero defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide-open three.
Johnson against Lynn. The pass to Olynyk. Kicks it to Ellington. Heat moving the ball around. And stolen by Dedmon. Spellman. Covered by Winslow. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Miami's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. And the dunk by Winslow.
And one of the things that makes Dwayne Wade such a special player is his ability to get his teammates going.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are. And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half. And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Here's Wade. And another basket for Miami.
Are you surprised that Dwayne Wade is going to score that far in the paint? I'm not.
Down low. Shots good by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 10 points in the game.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Johnson kicks to Olynyk. They get it back. Tries yet again. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Wade, good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Herter, good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Johnson, the pass to Ellington. Feeds it to Wade. That shot missing, so the Hawks will take it the other way. Herter, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Yes. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To the middle, here's Wade, and the shot is good. He's got 15.
Everything falling for Wade right now. It's got to be in his team's best interest to keep finding him.
Here's Lynn, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
Yes.
Miami's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Johnson dishes to Winslow. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Johnson gets the bucket.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
And he makes that one. And that's 17 points for Lynn.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Johnson finds Wade. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. We've got Haslam. He's out there with Jones. Whiteside is out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Magruder in at the shooting guard position. Adam Silver has said there's probably more basketball being watched and played, Brent, in China than anywhere else in the world. How long before you think we see our next Chinese superstar in this league?
That's going to be interesting when that does happen. Obviously, the type of mark that Yao Ming made in the NBA, it's going to be hard for anybody to match the kind of impact, not just in the game, but what he did globally for the NBA. It just won't happen again. But I'm looking forward to, heck, not just the next Chinese player, but a Japanese player, somebody from India where they love the NBA game, to start to find their way onto rosters in the league.
They're coming. I mean, there's going to be someone before long.
No doubt.
And the jam by Udonis Haslem.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Dorsey, that's good. Dorsey's got 4 this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Outside, Lynn. And the layup's good off the glass.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
And Miami shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Magruder kicks to Whiteside. That's tipped. Here's Magruder. And Jones has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. And it's off from three-point range. Adams outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
Here's Richardson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Amazing how much James Johnson gets leaned on for what Miami wants to do offensively. Out of Wake Forest, a very versatile 6'8" forward, and plays a ton of positions for Eric Spoelstra.
And the first one at the line is good. It just seems like James Johnson has some point forward in his game. What do you think, Brent?
I think that Eric Spoelstra has just championed that part of his game and trusts him to make the right decisions. And when your teammates have that kind of confidence in your playmaking ability, sometimes the opportunities for you to make the right pass, they grow.
And Richardson drops them both. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the 5th pick in the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. No good on the free throw. Well, you just look at the talent that left the Hawks over the last few seasons, Brent. Easy to see why they needed to start over.
Yeah, it started with Al Horford and his departure, and then Teague and Millsap did the same. And hard for any franchise to remain competitive when you lose that many quality players, especially their chemistry in Budenholzer's system, arguably a great fit for one another, and now off to doing bigger and better things.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Lynn. And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract, Greg, from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who've played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
Both free throws good from Lynn. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system. And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
It's good.
And the way Lynn picks his spots, just knowing his place in the offensive schemes and scoring well as a result.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Richardson the pass to Magruder. Jones, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Dorsey, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Dorsey. And memories of the Big Three era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat, the organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team, 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough and trying to figure out a path to get there.
Down low, it's tipped. Stolen by Carter. Here's Lynn, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Okay, time now for an injury report.
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Miami. Unfortunately, it sounds like a very serious injury. He'll be sidelined for the rest of this game, and it doesn't look like he'll be back on the court anytime soon. Very bad news. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
Here's Dorsey. It's good.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
They've also taken care of some of the details in this game, and that's why they're ahead.
Deflects the pass. Umley with the steal. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You have to respect the concentration level of Lynn there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it.
A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia. Helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Lynn. We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. How do different signature shoes out there?
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole, but I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
Pass to Jones. He kicks to Haslam. Here's Magruder. Poked away. Down low. 5 to shoot, and Jones with the stuff.
That's where height really does help. Sees over the top of the defense and can deliver.
Lynn from long range sinks the triple. Lynn's got 17 now, just in the second half.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Atlanta's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. Shoots from the baseline. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Lynn's got 31.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That'll be his second foul of the game. James Johnson's checked in for Whiteside. Jones from outside. And it's the Heat with the ball. No good from Dragić. Jones against Prince. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And Prince comes to help. Johnson finds Jones, and that one is good.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
Herter from down in the low post. It goes. He's got 24.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
Here's Magruder. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
He gets that one.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
And it's Dragić bringing up the ball for Miami. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as light and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all?
Not really. It's a little off-putting. Some games where you just flip on and your
trying
brain's
to figure out where they are. Exactly.
Where's this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
To the paint. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Dragić has got 9 points now in just the second half. Herter, and the layup's good off the glass.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Dragić kicks to Haslam. Dragić against Len. No good from Dragić. Len has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Herter. That one wide left. Miami has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the 4th. Dragić the pass to Magruder. And that's good. And it's Dragić with the assist. Dragić has got his 9th assist in the game now. Lynn kicks to Carter. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Plumlee. It's stolen by Haslam. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And it's Magruder in the corner. Shot from 12. Plumlee with the rebound. Atlanta's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Prince misses. The Heat shooting it well here in the 4th quarter at 50%. Outside, Jones. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally, you know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Miami. Dwayne Wade comes in for Rodney Magruder. And so Jones nails both of them. Atlanta's shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. Here's Lynn. Atlanta again missing. Heat shooting has been terrific, 54% on the game. Jones looking for an opening. Dragić laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Dragić has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, right now Goran Dragić has got it cooking.
Here's Lynn. Rebound by the Heat. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Hawks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lynn.
He came in with a focus and brought that dominant performance to the defense all night long, controlling the pace of the game and was firing on all cylinders.
Olynyk up top, passed away. There's 45 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Olynyk kicks to Wade. Great look, but off the mark. And the Hawks with possession. Here's Carter. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Vince Carter.
Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Miami no good on that time either.
I think the D is just fine with those kind of shot attempts coming from him there because he's not hitting anything right now.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Guys, your thoughts?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
Chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jeremy Lin.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
The way he's been playing in the past few games, I wasn't sure he'd even get meaningful minutes tonight. But he was a different player altogether. He really found something that worked for him. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
They're over the limit. That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Heat, Derek Jones Jr. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. From deep. It's hauled in by the Heat. And here's Wade. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one
for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Jeremy Lin, impressive team win tonight. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a great effort, 1 through 15. Everybody just coming out with high energy and playing team basketball.
The ball got going and it led to a big win, Jeremy. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.